Okay, welcome everybody to episode 12 of Coach's Point of View. I'm your co-host, Shamari Reed, along with our amazing host, Tony Murphy. And today, we got two very special guests today. I'm going to properly introduce both of these guests. We have Coach Patterson. He was the head coach at John F. Kennedy High School, where he built a winning program and recently surpassed 300 career wins. Before coaching, he was a standout right here at Kennedy High School, helping lead the program to multiple Passaic County titles before continuing his career at William Patterson University. At William Patterson, he had a 4-year starter, over 1,600 career points, remains one of the program's all-time leading scorers, and still holds the single-game scoring record with 47 points. He later was inducted into William Patterson Athletic Hall of Fame. On the coaching side, he's been a proven winner across Passaic County, including leading Patterson Catholic to a Passaic County championship in 2002 and helping develop multiple Division I players. But today's episode is about legacy. Joining him is his son, Kaleb Patterson, an up-and-coming young basketball talent who will be entering his freshman year at Kennedy High School along with his father this year. Kaleb is recently earned the 25-26 PYBL Player of the Year and have just recently graduated from Student Athlete Academy. So today we're talking about winning, development, mentorship, fatherhood, and what it takes and means to carry the Patterson name. Welcome to the show, Tommie T.P. Patterson and Kaleb Patterson.
Yeah.
Sorry about the introduction.
Thank you.
So,
I'm like, what?
so
I forgot all about all that stuff.
I try to properly research my guests because I think sometimes, especially me knowing a little bit about you, you always been super duper humble. You never braggadocious, and you got a lot to be braggadocious about. And I think that you're just in your moment. You're constantly in the moment, so you're not really thinking about the accolades.
Right.
So I want you to hear them,
I
because
appreciate that.
I think that everybody need to know it. I think you need to be reminded of it. Your son need to know it. He need to know about the legacy that he's walking into. And most important, everybody out there in TV land needs to know it. So I thank you guys for taking time out your day today to come hang out with us.
Compliment.
So I want to get into it. I'm going to start with your dad, all right? Because that's where we starting at, all right? And then I'm going to swing back to you. So I just want you to kind of tell us your story, from the start, growing up at Patterson, how you fell in love with this orange basketball. Tell us your story.
For me, it was just something to do. Growing up in Grand Street Projects, me, Demetrius Williams, that's why Barrett, Randy White, Mark White, they all used to play basketball, and I used to just look out the window at those guys, and one day they was just like, come on, you tall, we need a fifth person to play in this game. All you got to do is grab rebounds and pass it, outlet it to me, Randy, and it just took off from there, actually. I got tired of being just a rebounder and started working on my game, so I would be out all night trying to make a layup, because I couldn't make a layup. And then I started dunking and trying to dunk off the power. My mom would be like, come upstairs, it's dark, you bouncing that basketball. Everybody's trying to sleep. And I was determined just to not be a rebound. And from there, I kind of just got better. I went to Kennedy, and in freshman year, played for Coach Jim Ring, Spinella JV year, sophomore year, and got pulled up for my sophomore year. I sat the bench, but I was behind some greats. I was behind Kelly Foreman. We call him Tisdale, but it's God, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Kurt Wiseman, Melicon. I was behind those guys. I get beat up in practice. I was a skinny guy, actually skinnier than he is, and I'm out there trying to rebound, and they just bully me. And when they left, I just took over the reins. It was easy because I got beat up by those guys, and high school was fun. College was even better. So it was easier because of the wars that I went through in high school. And that's pretty much it, man. I had fun. I had fun playing basketball. If I wasn't playing basketball, I would probably been doing something that I had no business doing. While everybody else was doing the goofy stuff, I was playing basketball. And it saved my life. I know that's the cliche everybody
Right.
always say, but it literally saved my life. It kept me off the streets. I was too concerned with playing basketball than doing anything else other than that. I was trying to work on my game. I never got as good as I thought I could have been if I would have started earlier.
Right.
The joke between him and I is that, I'm going to be better than you. And I'm saying, you're already better than me. I didn't start playing until the 8th grade.
Wow, that's when you started playing.
Started playing in the 8th grade.
Wow.
We've been playing since 6th, 7th, and 8th. Since, I was like, you're never going to be better than me. But in my back of my mind, I'm laughing like, you're already better than me. You started at 6. So, 6th grade, 10 years old. See?
Right.
No, you started with Damon 10 years old.
That was 5th, I thought.
5th grade?
Yeah.
5th grade.
Or you started 5th. Yeah. And I think you developed fast.
It seemed fast, but it's not really.
It's not fast.
It's not.
Yeah, it don't be fast.
Compared to my son, man, you develop fast. Boy, it's hard, man. I guess it's like, your desire, your hunger, genes is included in it. But it's a lot of kids that's been started way before you, and it don't click. It don't click this early. Not 8th grade. It just, some of the stuff that I've been seeing you do. I'm like, man, and I'm watching you every year. I'm like, man, it's starting to click. A lot of people don't click in 8th grade. What would you say is how did you in your mind, how did you start with this orange basketball?
It was really because my dad would always bring me to these mini games when I was younger, but I didn't want to play basketball though. I was just around it. He didn't force it on any of me or my siblings. I just found a love for the game.
Right.
So I started with Coach Damon Wright, who's at TNEC right now. I started with the prospects in 5th grade. I just kept grinding, kept working hard. Went to student athlete my reclass 7th grade year.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for 2 years and I'm here. I'm about to go to high school 9th grade year, play for him. So yeah.
Now, so you didn't get no pressure to play basketball?
Nah. I picked it up alone.
Okay.
And how was that? Cause I got pressure to play basketball. I got pressure to play basketball. So how was that? You have a son now, and of course it's always like in the back of your head. Everybody's like, "Is he gonna play basketball? Are you gonna make him play basketball?" I'm sure you got that question a bunch of times. I get that question now, and I got a daughter that's about to be 1 year old, and are you gonna play basketball?
Yeah,
So how was it? Did you want him to play basketball?
I wanted him to be a coach. I had him around the game. Here's a clipboard. It's more money in being a coach than a player. It's easier to be a coach than a player. And that's all I kept talking about. And he has a brother that's 6'5". Every day I see him, I'm sure you don't want to play basketball. But he doesn't want to play basketball. He does fencing. I ran him to be a swimmer and also run track. He does track. And
They did football last year.
and he played football his freshman year.
Wow.
They kind of all got their own little thing. My daughter played volleyball. I didn't want to pressure them because it was two things. It was twofold. One, I was like, you're never going to be better than me. And then two, I didn't want them to have the pressure of playing for me. So it's like, he'll tell you, I was sending them to Don Bosco. Don Bosco was in. It was all in. They wanted him, and he was going to play. And he came to me and said, Dad, we always go after the best players in the city of Patterson. I'm one of the best players. And I'm like, all right. International it is. International it is.
Now, what made you want to, play for your dad and not go to Bosco? And I say that because I know sometimes just as my father played basketball as well. He taught me every single thing I know, for the most part. But, sometimes as younger people, we won't really listen to our parents.
Here.
Or sometimes I know when it came to me but my dad was always, he was pushing me, to play basketball. So it was certain things where I would act like I wasn't listening at first, but then I would listen. I'd be like, oh, this does really work. Like, it really works. He does know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So how is that, when you're playing basketball and just learning and the whole development process?
One reason I wanted to go to Kennedy is to really like expand my game, play the 1 and 2, because I feel like at Bosco I wasn't really gonna be handling the ball as much as I was at Kennedy, so I wanted to really like expand my game. For the listening part, I do sometimes. Not gonna lie, I do tune them out. I do turn them out sometimes, but after a while, I start to realize like, okay, he was right. Let me try this out, and it does eventually start to work. So.
No,
I listen.
trust me.
Oh,
I know.
I know. We know from being a kid, and we know from the kids not listening. Like, I just think that's a interesting dynamic that's coming up. And I want to know if, like, do you think you really ready to handle the pressure that comes with playing for your dad? This about to be a whole different situation for y'all two. You're talking about. It ain't like us or somebody else where they're like, man, coach got on my nerves, man. I'll see him tomorrow. No, you about to get in the car after you had a bad game, ride home, go home, be with your dad again. Are you ready for the challenges and the pressures that come with, what your dad expect and that entitlement that people are gonna think you have that you really can't have? Or it's not really real. Like, people gonna think like, oh, like, I remember I got to talk to the guys from Plainfield one time, and they thought that the guy, Kai Gordon, they thought that his father grandfathered him into the spot. And, like, people were like, no, like, he really worked and earned that spot. Like, his father would have benched him if he wasn't working out, or he earned that spot. Like, so, like, you're gonna really have to earn your spot. Like, your dad gonna want you to be the guy, but if you're not performing, are you ready for that pressure?
I would say I'm very ready for that pressure.
Okay.
I mean, my dad, like, whenever I have a bad game, he doesn't bring it inside the house. He just leaves it there. So he separates the court from the house. So that's props to him.
That's good. That's good.
And it's
Take that hat out. Yeah,
Dad
get that hat.
It's
good.
It's honestly no pressure. Trust me, I've been in this situation before. It's really no pressure. It's about what you make it. And I would say, just go in there every single day, just try to get better. And, just try to listen to every single small detail that you may think is not occurring. But when it comes to, as far as pressure, if you just play your game, it's no real pressure. Trust me.
That's the thing. He's been playing basketball in a short amount of time, but he's been playing good basketball for a long period of time. He's been coached the right way.
Right.
And I want to add something that he started playing basketball by Jerome Smart. Jerome was like, this is my godson. He's playing basketball.
Right.
Came to the house, picked him up, put him on the team, did it for a month, picked him up and dropped him off. I'm like, Rome, I can't pick him up and drop him off because I had basketball practice.
Right.
After a month, he's like, all right, Road Dog, he's all yours. So now I'm like scrambling to pick him up. My daughter from dance school, my son from drag.
Going through
It's like, I told you I can't do this. Why did you put him on the basketball team? And then he liked it.
Yeah.
I just think, God rest his soul. He's thankfully he put him on the team, and that started his process.
Right.
But along the way, I always promised like I was gonna have the dad hat when I'm dad, and put on the coach's hat when I'm a coach. Damien used to ask me, Coach Prosper, and I'm not gonna coach. Kind of a little bit I did as an assistant coach, just sat at the end of the bench like, yo, you should do this, you should run this play. But other than that, I tried not to coach him or them.
Right.
It was a pretty good team. If he would have kept them all together, it might not be a Harper U.
Yeah.
But it's Harper U now.
And you know what a lot of parents don't understand too, and I know you understand it. When the goal is always to get to college, and once you're in college, you're not hands-on as a parent like that. Once you're in that college program, so you're in the stands, and they have all those coaches down there, and you can't even hear, especially if you go to one of the bigger schools. You're going to be in the stands, and you're not going to even be close enough to where you can just bark out orders anywhere.
Right.
So it's good to have that now, because later on, especially don't look for it because your dad might be in a box somewhere, hopefully, and you're not going to have that advice. So you're just going to have to rely on the coaches that you have now. So that's always good too.
The thing about this too, basketball has always taken me away from my family. Now the family is here.
Yeah.
Not so much for me, but for us.
Yeah.
And for him.
Yeah.
So now the families that at the game was like, okay, before
Right.
it was other people's kids and dad's coaching. Now it's family, and now the family is coming and they're supporting.
So, let's go back. What made you get into coaching?
Mhm.
What made you get into coaching?
Yeah, that definitely go there.
Well, truthfully, I was supposed to go on with Collins, and then Collins hired Art Redmond. Jerome Smart was working with Jimmy Salmon. Jimmy Salmon and Jerome, they argue about who brought me in, but it was one of them. I only got in just because I wanted to stay around the game. And then afterwards, once I got in, man, it was the players. It was AAU, it was Patterson Catholic, we were traveling all over the place. So I was okay with like, I'm just gonna do all the Gopher stuff. I'm gonna drive, I'm gonna get the room, I'm gonna find out what's the fastest route to the games, I'm gonna do all of that stuff. And I'm gonna make sure the kids are going to sleep, we got curfew, I'm doing everything else but coaching. And I enjoyed it. We were traveling all over the country, I didn't mind it. Met Vince Carter, Tim Thomas, Kevin Freeman, Kobe Bryant, Shaheem Holloway, everybody, meeting who's who along the way. Then I said, you know what? I might need to learn something. Because they're like, hey, man, you're meeting all these people. Maybe you might want to coach one day. I was like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not interested. I was just traveling to travel and see other places and be around the game.
Right.
And Jim left, went to Villanova. Jerome became coach. I became his assistant coach. I was like, okay. we gotta figure this out. I gotta start, learning the game a little better and actually start coaching some kids. Because I had JV at that time with Tariq Robinson, who is now the student athlete director. Well, I think that's his title, director, owner.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's fun, man. I mean, I like being around the gang. Like I said, I had to take my coaching hat off and put my dad hat on. I had to take the player hat off and put the coaching hat on.
Yes,
because
that's a real
it's two
thing.
different things between
It's
being
two
a player
different
and
things.
being a
Fact.
coach.
Yeah.
Fact.
So coaching is different. You can look. All you got to do is, but now you got to give instruction and you got to do drills and this is the reason why you have to see this, and it became even more fun. And I got intrigued, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
before Edie then goes any further, I'm part of his coaching, tree. So, when I came back and I went to Eastside first,
Okay.
but I was
I'm a
forced
coach you're talking about.
as a coach,
Right.
But I was forced into it. Like, I didn't really want to coach. It was just like, all right, you're coaching, So I wasn't really into it. But once I ended up going over there to Kennedy, when he first got the job, he hit me up and he was like, "Are you coaching?" Which I wasn't. I wasn't coaching at the moment. So he ended up hiring me to be his JV coach.
Okay.
So, during that period is when I learned the transformation from a player and a coach. So, I mean, he could tell you it was like, once I got to Kennedy, I just wanted to, actually learn how to be a coach.
Right.
So he would be on the main court and I would be practicing on the side court by myself, running my whole practices with the JV team. So I was just able to learn different things, go back, we'll play a game. I'll see how the game will go, come back, work on this to try to improve the team. So a lot of my things that I do now is because, I learned that
Right.
from my time at Kennedy and I was there for 2 years.
Right.
But those 2 years, it helped me so much to, expand just my coaching knowledge. So I always, thank them for that. Because that was super important. Like, that time was super important.
I gotta thank you for something too, man. So you won the county championship in 2002. That's the year I graduated high school. Played for St. County Tech, and we definitely got beat 2-2 in the counties by Patterson Catholic. So I want to thank you for that too, man. For me not getting a county championship. I just want to thank you on camera, man. Shout out to that team. That year was, man, it was a great team. I think Malcolm Garrett was playing with you. Of course, Marquise Webb, he was a junior though. My boy Darryl Watkins, he was a junior. It was a couple guys.
Xavier still there?
Sadir was there.
Sadir
Was still
He
there.
left the next year.
Shout out to Sadir. You guys had a real dope
Jonathan
team. Yeah, y'all had a Slap. Shout out to Coach Slap. Slap was there. And yeah, y'all beat us in the counties, man. And yeah, thank you guys, man. Yeah, thank you.
Those not only were they good basketball players, they were good people.
They were good people.
Those kids were good
Yeah,
kids.
they were good people. Like, and Patterson Catholic was supposed to be, around that time at least, they was like my school rival. But those were some good dudes. We had some good games, and they were some good dudes. And to this day, I still kind of like talk to some of those dudes. So shout out to all those guys in that year and that team. Yeah. I'm good off my 2002, man. And then so I kind of want to know your coaching. Like, you get into coaching. You starting to get real good at that again. What's your thought process? What is your process? How do you develop and build this winning attitude, I want to say?
Well, before that,
Okay.
your first head coaching job now. So you started as an assistant, and now when the head coaching opportunity became available, how did that go?
I didn't want the job.
And that's the Patterson Catholic.
Yes.
So that's your first one, your first
That's my
head
first
okay.
position. I didn't want the job because they fired Jerome. And I was like, if he goes, I'm going too. And he turned around and said, "Are you stupid? Are you stupid?" I said, "Where are you going to become a head coach at?" I was like, "I don't want to be a head coach. I don't care about this. Like, it's over, it's over." He was like, "Bro, go take the job." So I took it. In the process of taking the job, I'm driving down the street and see Marquise Webb with a cast on his right hand, dribbling the ball with his left hand. And I'm like, "Oh man, what high school you go to?" So I'm in the 8th grade. Jumped out the car, took down his information, met with his mother, and he was at Patterson Catholic. But I didn't want the job. Once I got it, the next thing was to find players.
Yeah.
Because there weren't any guys that were followable. Well, our JV team was decent. I'm not going to say good, but to the standard that was set with Patterson Catholic,
Right.
it wasn't that.
It wasn't that. Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, my first year I was a nutcase. They were set up for mass and bingo and pasta night, and we were jumping over tables and crawling under tables, and they're just like, "What's wrong with him? Like, what is going on?" And I was like, "We're getting in the gym. We're in the gym." But my thought process was, I want us to be in the gym so I can keep you off the streets.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of how I was growing up, and times haven't gotten any better.
Yeah,
It actually got worse, and they got
Yeah.
more information. So I was just trying to keep them in the gym, keep them around me, have my personality rub off on them. Hopefully, just do things the right way, stay off the streets, and play ball. And you have other things, you got other goals. One day we're gonna get older, we're gonna have a family. So that was my thought process. But I was nuts about it. I ain't gonna lie. Not my first year, my first 4 years. I was just living in the gym. 6 o'clock in the morning practice, which Jim Salmon had started. But I was doing 6 o'clock and it was coming out 3. It was just, I was nuts. I'm not.
That's how I got it. I was kind of crazy too when I first started. I had those guys in the gym 24/7. But you had to, and those guys, they weren't even basketball players, really.
Right.
So you had to, because that's the only way that they were getting improved, by just repping every game.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing it all the time. So no, I understand that.
But they got better. The team was good. I'm watching them, I'm like, damn, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they getting better, and they buy in. And one thing, it's a big thing, is their attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's hard, especially in high school basketball now, to always just have guys be committed and come every single day. What I can say is those guys come every single day.
We just had that yesterday. Jersey Live, we had 6 players.
That's what I'm saying. So we always have had at least a solid 10, like all the time. So, definitely always, shopping out for the attendance.
What
They're always there.
I'm gonna also say this, mindset, and that's where I was getting with you. But with coaching with you, it's a certain mindset that you put into the players. Like, you really put this, like, basketball gotta be first on your mind at all times. Like you keep reminding them, like, if you really want this thing, it gotta be basketball. If you really want this thing.
If you want.
If you don't
That's
really
what I
want this
always
thing,
tell
then ignore what I'm saying. Because, I mean, like, it's all day. Messages all day. This off season right now. It's messages all day. We might get, like, on the off season, On a slow day, we might get 4 messages from Coach Murphy. On an off-season slow day, on a hot day, it's about 12 messages. This off-season, I don't even want to say how much we talking during the season, but I think that certain mindsets that certain coaches instill is the reason why the winning programs come. Because again, I love our guys, but these was not studs at all, right? It's just really just made them dogs, right? And that's what it takes with winning basketball. That's why we play the game. Like whoever wants it the most can win it. Right. It could be somebody that's way less talented than the other person, but he wants it the most. He's playing the hardest. He might win it. So I do think that both of y'all, and maybe you got that under his tutelage.
Yeah, I saw
that winning attitude, that basketball first. You kind of got to be insane a little bit to be great. Oh, that's kind of what comes with it. Yeah. So just so you understand, like a little insanity is a little good, just a little bit of it. It's the balance that really gonna try to keep you together, not trying to be overboard with the insanity. But you're gonna need a little bit. You about to get a little bit of it.
You got to be a little bit nowadays because the money that they're giving out right now for 2 high school players that go to college, I would be insane. With some of that NIL money that they're giving out, and they're not just giving it to everybody. So those guys have to be special. Yeah. Just to get some of that. So yeah, I would be crazy to pray now.
How you feel about that? NILs, opportunities. Do you look at basketball as a business?
As a business? I don't know. I actually don't know.
No,
you should though.
You should.
Now you should look at it as a business. I think that's what. So when there was no NIL when we played. Like it was nothing about NIL when we played. But when I was in school, they were fighting for it. But I didn't think that we would get paid. I thought that was just so far fetched that you would get paid to play college basketball. So just growing up, it was just hooping. Like we just playing basketball. Mm-hmm. I didn't really understand the business of basketball until I got to the D League. I started playing basketball when I was 7 years old. I didn't understand the business until like 23. Right. So it's definitely good to know the business right now, and don't just think you're playing like you're a brand. Like
that's what
you have a brand right now on.
Yeah.
So I would definitely just say educate yourself on the business of basketball because it is going to be big.
And don't attach your brand to everybody.
Yeah.
That's when I say basketball is a business, I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm not saying just look at dollars. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying about basketball understanding a business is the reason why and shout out to Cozy. The reason why Cozy gave you that shirt is because he feel like your brand allows him his brand, and he wants you to help elevate his brand, and vice versa, right? If you was trash, you wouldn't have a Cozy shirt on because he don't want his brand associated with trash, right? So that's how you gotta understand. But you gotta now understand, like, that works the other way. Then I can't be wearing somebody's brand that represents trash, because now I'm associating my value with trash, right? So you gotta be aware of the business of basketball, because the greater you come, the more people are gonna say, can you be on my show? Can you wear my shirt? How much money you want to say this? Can you post this? Cause you growing up in a different world than we grew up. You're growing up in a world where you guys got NBC on your phone. You got ABC on your phone. That's the new commercial on your phone, on your page, right? So you're gonna get companies and brands and people coming up to you asking, can you post this on your page? And at first you're gonna probably be excited, like, yeah, everybody wants me. But you gotta be very careful with who you align yourself with. Remember, your brand is very, 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 very important. Your brand is gonna set you up for how you're gonna go to school, how you're gonna possibly take care of yourself, and if you're lucky enough, take care of your family. So be very, very, very careful and specific on how you work your brand, because basketball is a business, especially now.
What's your goal?
My goals is to long-term goal is to make it to the NBA.
Okay. Can I get some tickets?
Huh?
Can I get some tickets?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Heard him say it. You heard him say it.
Provide for my family. Give back to Patterson community. Help out if I do make it to the NBA. Yeah, that's really it.
What's your plan B?
Plan B? I'm gonna become. You think I might be playing, but I'm gonna become a plumber.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That's very good right there. Do you know why?
Nah, I don't know.
I'll tell you why. A lot of people, probably a little bit older than me, are aging out of that profession, and a lot of young people are not understanding the importance of blue collar. Blue collar is becoming a new powerful thing, especially with things like AI and so much of the corporate world being ran by computers. Is not so much of a need of a person being corporate anymore, but there's still a big need of blue collar. And a lot of kids didn't buy into blue collar because what we did, we taught everybody like, no, you got to go to college, you got to do this, you got to do that. So we kind of like watered down and diminished the blue collar. So now it's a big demand for blue collar. Probably one of the richer people professions right now is a plumber, electrician, all of these things, because it's more the most technology that come up, or the builders, somebody got to fix this stuff. Somebody got to run the systems and everything. So.
And I would say
That's a dope plan.
And I would tell you, don't just be the plumber, own the business.
Even better.
Own the business. So that should be the guy who, gives other punter the job. Like you're running a company. So I would tell you, strive for that. And with basketball, with that orange ball, you could use that to fund that. So just keep working and you do what you want. Just always, never. And it's okay, and I'm sure I know TP will say it too. Sometimes I never really enjoyed the accolades and success at the time. It was just like, all right, on to the next. That's what they tell you, like, all right, next game. That game is over, next game. But with social media now and all that stuff, and it's just broadcasted everywhere. Enjoy it, but still understand that I would say live in the moment. Enjoy the moment. Don't let it go to your head, but just know that it's always work to be done, but definitely enjoy the money and live in it. Like, it's okay to want to be player of the year. If you get player of the year, you're going to celebrate that you got 30 years. Nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't mean that it's the end. Still keep working, but definitely live in the moment.
Yeah. And I think that too, right? Like, for instance, with me about different businesses, and a lot of what I thought, like, I could go out there and just show everybody I got this business, and most of my business and my contracts came from a network of people that I knew. A lot of the network of people that I knew originally came from that orange basketball. Or one of the biggest opportunities for my business right now came from, we're family, but it came from the orange basketball, him introducing me to a person that now introduced me to a big contract because of the orange basketball, right? And so very, very important with you thinking about running your own business, even with you going to the NBA. One day, you're not going to be in the NBA no more, right? So you're going to go back to business, right? And seeing, because you're going to be young still if you have a great career and you go to the NBA and then you retire, you're still going to be a young man when you retire, because that career, you retire young. So you're going to be like, okay, what do I do now? So that business, that networking, very important. So now I want to ask you this real quick. Freshman year, I know we talked about far-term goals, but what's your goals with just now? Like, coming into your freshman year, some of the things you want to work on, some of the things you want to try to accomplish as coming in for Kennedy, for the program for Kennedy.
Some things I want to accomplish is I want to win counties, states, Group 4 states. Also want to score 500 points this year, as well as be regarded.
You starting right there. Are you even starting yet? Like, you already.
I haven't started. I would say I haven't started.
Yeah, all right. You made the team already. I noticed the coach right here, but you already got 5. You starting over?
You gotta set big goals.
I like that. I ain't mad at that. Okay.
Because even if you underaccomplish, you still gonna end up somewhere.
Yeah, that's all right. I like that. Okay. All right, let's get back. Let's get to your 500 points. I'm sorry.
Points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points for a year. But let's get back there. Okay, so you will.
We need to have a conversation.
Is anybody else gonna touch the ball? No, don't play.
Yes,
of course. Okay, so you want to score 500 points. I do like that. I do like, setting your goals very, very high and seeing how close you can get to it. Okay.
Also, want to be regarded as one of the top freshmen in the country by ESPN, the top 25. I had another one, but I forgot it.
So what do you say when you wear these goals? Coach and dad, because two different hats.
Yeah. Can you put the dad hat on?
The dad hat on.
As a father, I think he doesn't shoot the ball though.
Okay.
You know, he people enjoy playing with him because he's pass first.
Right.
And you know, just yesterday we played down at Jersey Live, and you know, on the sideline I'm talking to myself saying, shoot the ball. But as a coach, I'm saying pass it to such and such, he's wide open.
Yeah.
And they are wide open, and then they catch and they dribble, and it's a turnover, and it's like, you should have just told him to shoot the ball. So, and that aspect is kind of, but his makeup is a pass first player.
Right.
So 500 points is a lot of points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
300, I can get it. You know, it's 10, 15 points a game, something like that. But 500 is a lot of points. I know we're not. Okay.
What's that? Is that 25 minutes?
Depends on how many games it is. Maybe about 25.
25
It's like 20. It's like 20. If you play 21, I think. If you play like 21 games, if you score 28 games,
He's not going back.
I'm gonna make them think a little bit, dog.
That's
So-
400 points right there.
So to get those points, how would you get those points with the team that you currently have? Now you know the guys that's on your team, so how do you see yourself getting those points with the team that you have?
I would say try to get to the rim. You know, get free throws, easy layups, and easy layups. Also, as he said, pass first. So they will play, because if I'm surrounded by shooters, they're gonna stop helping off and get easy buckets. Also, I would like to listen. Yeah. Yeah, I just drew a blank.
I would just to learn your guys when you have like the off-season workouts. Just use this time period to just start learning everybody and just pay attention to the little things where guys like the ball. Where this person, they shoot the best on this side, so if you on your right hand side and this guy's on his right side, you're like, all right, well, he does make this 50% of the time, so the little things like that will help you out also, and it'll help you out with the ball in your hands, because you'll know where to place people on the court based on their things that they do well. So use this time to learn your downside. 100%.
All right, so at this time we want to play this game that we like to play. It's called Stats or Cap, okay? So Stats or Cap is like true or false, right? So I'm going to say a statement, and if you think it's true, you're going to say stats. If you think it's false, you're going to say cap, okay? Pretty simple? All right, so I'm going to start off with you. Number one, most Division I players average less than 10 points a game. Stats or cap?
Stats.
Oh, good answer. All right, go ahead.
It's stats.
Stats.
It's hard to average 10 points in Division One.
Yeah.
Really hard. The best middle school player always becomes the best high school player.
Cat.
100%.
100%. 100%. A 40% three-point shooter in college is considered elite. Stats or cap?
Stats.
That is stats.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You need AAU exposure to play Division One basketball.
Cat.
Absolutely.
Okay, you guys must answer this. All right. Teams that shoot over 70% from the free throw line win most close games.
Stats.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're 70% at the free throw line, for sure.
High school players today are more skilled but less fundamentally sound.
Cat.
That's actually stats.
Stats.
I feel it's
I would
stats
believe-
too.
I would go with that.
I go with that.
Because a lot of guys are just so athletic now that
They're well.
It's people that they super athletic. They can't do a 3-man weave. Like
yeah.
the fundamentals are just.
I mean,
They're like golf too. What do you mean?
Yeah.
that could go either way. But I'm on the EYBL circuit with Harper U, and I'm watching, and there are a lot of skilled players. But then when we play,
The other circuit. Yeah, the other circuit.
it's like,
Yeah.
And it's more on the other circuit than the EYBL
yeah,
circuit.
yeah. I don't want to know name.
All right, Caleb. A player can average 20 points and still hurt their team. Stats or character?
Stats.
Yes. Very glad you said that.
College coaches recruit mostly based on stats.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. A freshman can earn respect quickly if he defends, listens, and plays hard. Stats or character? That is. I'm glad you understand that.
That is one
Kind
of
of,
the,
sort of, a little bit.
that's one of the I get chuckled at when I'm on these AAU circuits with Harper U, and they say, "What does your son do well?" And I was like, "He could defend. He can guard 1 through 4 out there," and they kind of laugh at you. But I think he's an elite defender.
Right.
He can stay in front of the ball. He doesn't go for part fakes. And they started laughing. They're like, "But what about offense?" I said, "In due time, he's done."
Yeah.
The transition from Harper U to playing with Kennedy, people are now like, "Oh my God, like he can score."
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that with us. He's filling a role with that team.
Right.
So now they're seeing the best of both worlds. The dads that are with Harper U, and they came down to Jersey Live the first session, and they're watching. They're like,
Right.
"We didn't know KP can play like that.
Yeah. Right.
Like we didn't know. We know he can pass, but we
Right.
didn't know he could score."
Right. Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Most high school players won't play college basketball at any level.
Stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially
Caleb.
with this triple down. The
Yeah,
new
yeah.
19-year-old thing.
That's gonna help out a little bit. It's
It
gonna
is.
balance it. It's gonna balance it a lot.
Playing time is always earned and not given. Caleb. Stats or cash?
Stats.
They got that as cap. Playing time is always earned and not given. I guess in some programs, maybe it is given based off of name and
Because
politics. and,
nowadays, a kid can go to a school and be like, "I'm starting." Like with some programs, they could just be like, "I'm starting" based on their name. So they didn't really put in any work to start. Just because their name and
the funders
them highlighted that program, they're just gonna put them in that role.
And if the wrong coach is at that position, and he's kind of like, I'm gonna do whatever the funders say, which some coaches get that that pressure. I guess that could be true.
Well, they're not a Catholic school, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Having a basketball last name makes the game easier.
Absolutely. Cat. Cat.
It definitely makes it harder. It
It
shouldn't
makes
be,
it
but
I think it make it harder.
It makes it harder.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah, I think it make it
trust me.
harder.
The expectations.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
Expectations.
you're Patterson.
Yeah.
Your dad's your coach. Your dad played.
Yeah.
You know how much I heard that all the time?
I'm
Coming
sure.
up, I heard it all the time, and I never even really thought about it as pressure still, because I just was playing basketball.
Right,
It was
right,
something
right.
that I love to do. So I always tell people, because I love the game so much, that never affected me. But now my brother, it affected him because he didn't really love the game that much. He wanted to do his own thing. Like, you coach.
I coached your brother.
Exactly.
It's funny.
So he didn't really love the game how I did. So now, being that he still, played basketball, it was just like, man, get this game over with. Get this practice over with. You put me in, you put me in. If not, I'm playing. But that's how it was. So, it doesn't.
He actually got really, he started getting better and better as the year went on. Your dad came over and said, you made him into a basketball player. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not a real thing. Like, if you don't want it, not good things aren't gonna happen for you.
And how tall is CJ?
He might be taller than me.
He's like 6'5".
6'5",
Yeah, he up there. The transfer portal has made it harder for high school players to get recruiting. Stats. Yes, it is stats.
Parents can sometimes put more pressure on players than coaches can.
Here's the last one. The work you put in before high school can determine how ready you are when you get there? Stats or Cab?
Stats.
Stats. It is. This y'all are the first guest that got every single answer right. Let's clap it up for them. I think they got the answers before.
Shout out to Tariq Robinson for sharpening this iron right here.
So we're going back to what did you learn at Willie P when you got on the team? Up there after you left Kennedy. How was the transition going to work with Willie P as a player?
Honestly, when I got to William Patterson, the transition wasn't hard at all. It was actually easier at William Patterson than it was at Kennedy. As I said before, I was playing with Melicon and Kurt Wiseman, and or playing against them my sophomore year. Then had Marcus Shell, Kelvin Kalo Foreman, Jerome. I had them as mentors, and the game our practices were so hard that the games were easy.
Yeah.
And then when I went up there, shout out to Dominic Colosi and Pete Medina, their practices were hard, but the people around me weren't the guys that I had been practicing against. So I learned to be a little bit more selfish. I still hear Pete Medina in my ear now. Shoot the ball. Why are you passing it to them? Know your personnel. I had to be a little bit more selfish. I wasn't a scorer. I didn't want to score. I just wanted to win, and I wanted to do anything possible to win. You just said 1,600 points. I completely forgot about it. I just know I had 1,000.
Yeah, and 40. So what was the 47 game like? What was that like?
Yeah, the 47 game you had.
The 47 was my senior year. All the guys that I came in with had left either due to having a baby, financial reasons, whatever the situation was. Out of all of us that came in, I was the only one that stayed there. They have all since graduated, actually. That's ironically. And I was playing with a bunch of younger guys, freshmen and sophomores, who just kept giving me the ball. It was the first game of the season, and I didn't even think about, trying to score. It just happened. After the game, I was just like, how many I had?
It definitely is a lot. That's a lot of points.
I was
like that sometimes.
Yeah. I didn't intentionally set out like, I'm just going to score. Just give me the ball. It just happened in the flow of the game. I believe we won that game, too. It wasn't like 47 and we lost. It was 47 and we won.
Now, when you hear that, are you trying to get 47 too now? Is that going to be your career high? When you hear that?
I'm going to take them out before that.
He's like, 45, man!
So, heard an interesting story at Scooter Writing's funeral that, God bless his soul, that they would never let anybody score over 6 touchdowns. And then they let his son score over 6 touchdowns, but he would always pull him. And then they eventually did it. So, nope, you're not getting 47 ever, ever. Don't worry about it. That's one conversation that's not happening in the house.
You're not getting 47. What would you want young players to understand about college, getting to the next level? Young high school players, what is the mindset that you want them to understand that they need to have for carrying on?
You have to be team. You have to be we and not me. Coaches will look at you and see what role you can fit in their system. It's not about the points that you score. A lot of people are confused. A lot of young kids are confused. They think the more points I score, the more opportunity I'm gonna have. When, as we said in here, about 10 points, average 10 points a game?
Yeah, for college, yeah.
They don't realize that.
Yeah.
They think that if I score all these points, and the more and more I say that, it's like, nah, you just trying to hold me back.
Yeah.
The parents think that.
Right.
You're just trying to hold me back. It's not that. It's a need and a fit. If you're a point guard, to be a point guard, distribute the ball, be hell on wheels on defense, and if you can grab a couple, 3 or 4 rebounds, then grab 3 or 4 rebounds. Get some steals while you at it.
Right.
Don't come out here just trying to score all the time and thinking that that's your goal. Like, this I'm gonna get there.
Right.
That's not the way.
Right.
And I was adamant about that with him.
Right.
I had an interview a while back where I said I take my time with him. I need him to understand the game within the game.
Right.
It's not just points. It's how well you defend, how well you rebound, the way you carry yourself, your personality. If you're a dickhead on the court, you're going to be a dickhead off the court.
Definitely.
So we want you to be, well-rounded. And that goes back to the brand that you guys were talking about. we didn't discuss any of that yet
Okay.
because it hasn't come to the table.
Right.
But it's all about just being mature, having humility when you win,
Right.
and being respectful when you lose,
Right.
and resilient when you lose. Just those are the things that we're working on right now.
Right.
We're taking it in baby steps. I don't want him having thinking about Cozy and now you got a KP brand out or something.
No doubt.
When it happens, it happens.
happens.
We'll bring it to the table and have a discussion.
And one thing that you said too, and I just try to tell my players too all the time, during AAU, the goal is not to try to score as many points as you can.
Right.
What you want to do during AAU, because you're playing with other talented people too, you want to show the coaches that you're an impact player.
Mm-hmm.
You want to show the coaches that you can defend, that you can create for others, that you communicate well, because you want them, just to see those little things that you do, for them to be like, let me see this guy during his regular season and see how he is with his team.
Right.
So now you can, show your complete game when you're with your team. So you're actually doing it the right way. That's how you're supposed to do it. So just keep doing that. And, people are start to notice like, oh, he can score. But then at the same time, when you're playing with everybody else, oh, he can do this too. He can do this. He can do this. So it actually just expand your recruiting. So definitely just keep going and building on that too.
Kayla, I have a question for you. You're now going to high school in 8th grade. What's your advice to freshmen, incoming freshmen? Because a lot of people, they're nervous, right? They don't know. We just saw the other day. We got people that say they committed to our team. We don't even know them. Like they might not even make the team, right? So like, what's your advice to incoming freshmen this year? If they're listening to this. On some of the things they should be working on with trying to make an impact, make a name, and get onto a high school team if they don't already have a guaranteed spot, per se.
I would say just keep working hard. Play with when you do play with a lot of effort and energy, and make sure the coaches know your name. Cause if you just show up to practice one day and the coaches don't know who you are, it's not gonna help. So make sure you stay connected with the team. Yeah, that's really it. Just keep working hard too.
So would you say a player, instead of just making Instagram posts, should reach out to the team, see if they're doing off-season workouts, seeing if you can introduce yourself to the coach, because that's what's gonna really help you? Would you say that's kind of the best?
Yeah, I would say that would help. One thing Tariq said while I was at the academy, he said if the coach says it's an optional workout, it's not optional, it's mandatory. They can't say it's mandatory, but it's mandatory.
Could you repeat that one more time?
One thing Tariq said to me was that when the coach says it's an optional workout, it's not optional, it's mandatory. It's a mandatory workout. You got to be there.
Right, if you want to be a part of that too.
Yeah.
Because you making it an optional, guess what you do? You make yourself an option. A less of an option, by the way. Just so y'all know. We waiting for you to say the wrong answer, because then we already know where your mind is at. If you tell me if you the type of person that's oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait till the season start. Oh, I already know. Don't worry about it. You might have a freshman spot ready for you. Nothing else serious.
I got a coaching question.
Mm-hmm.
What made you still be in the game now? What year did you start as a head coach?
99, 2000.
99, 2000, 2026 right now. What made you just stay in the game this long?
I was going to retire this year.
You did mention that.
I was going to retire and watch him play for somebody else until he made the decision that he wanted to come to Kennedy and play for his dad. So I'm going to stick around for a couple more years. And then after that, I don't know. I guess it depends on who comes next.
Right.
Next year. I don't know. The one thing that actually happened when he said that he was coming to play for us, a lot of other kids said that they wanted to come play for us. And I didn't expect it. Since then, though, I've lost a kid who moved to North Carolina, a kid that moved to Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, and Florida. So my team is depleting right before my eyes. I'm just like, oh, okay, Caleb, you want to play for me? You're gonna be the only one player.
Right.
You're gonna learn quick.
You gonna learn quick.
So yeah, it's
And for that, those who don't know, I've coached with TP. He does a lot of running around for his players, 24/7. So that's one of the reasons why I'm asking this question, because y'all don't know behind the scenes just the things that coaches do just to keep their program alive, and there's a lot of behind the scenes things that that goes on that one stipend necessarily does not solve. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question.
yeah, I really thought it was over. And in the last season was kind of tough because you had the 2 transfers. They decided to go other places, and
Right.
they kind of sabotaged the whole team. And I was just like, you know what, this is it. I'm okay. I've had a good run.
Yeah.
Slowly leave it to you young guys. I won't go watch my son play, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean, Jersey Live, I had to. My daughter drives one of my trucks. Get the truck from her. Have my assistant coach drive the truck. I drive the other truck, fill them both up with gas, run down there,
That's what I'm saying.
come on back.
Yeah,
And then yesterday we put everybody. We only had 6 players. We got everybody squeezed up in the other truck with the assistant coach, and I'm just like, But yesterday was fun. It was fun. We were undermanned. We went 1-1. This the first game we lost, but it was close. That part keeps me around. It was. I had a drive in the beginning. It became tedious somewhere along the way, and now it's fun. Like, I enjoy coaching now.
Yeah, me too.
Because I get to choose my kids.
Yeah.
Now I get to choose. Before I had kids would come and I was like, I gotta play this kid. I have to have this kid. Now it's my choice.
Right.
I'm the captain of the ship again. So
Right.
I have a good time. It's a lot easier too when the kids are buying in.
Yeah.
All the knuckleheads and the guys, they don't come out and play anymore.
Yeah. That's
It's
true.
just-
What advice would you give to the young coaches coming up to the game right now, especially the ones they love the game, but they don't necessarily have that basketball background or basketball experience. But we see them, they're still around just because they love the game. What advice would you have for them?
Spend a lot of time with the kids. Make sure you're teaching them about life and not just basketball. Make sure that we're raising young men to become men, not young men to be dependent on anyone other than themselves. A lot of kids don't understand that, and a lot of coaches don't get it until later on.
Yeah.
The one thing that I always, from day one, because of some of the players that we had in the beginning, they just made poor choices in life. I used to tell our kids, I don't care what you do, it's how you respond to the inappropriate or the poor choice that you made. And from that point on, Keith Society used to call me Pops because I treated them like they were my kids, and they were before my kids. My daughter was born in 2000. I was the head coach in 99. And I treated every kid as if they were my kid. Like, I wanted to make sure that they were going to be good in life, not just in basketball.
Right.
So that would be the one thing I can say to any young coach: treat them like they're your own. Don't treat them like they're just a basketball fan.
What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done at Kenby?
Good question. I don't know.
What do you want to accomplish? And then after you accomplish those 4 years, when you leave, what do you want to college basketball?
Obviously I want to go D1 after my 4 years. Obviously want to win 4 county championships, 4 state championships.
Okay.
If he lets me break his 47-point record, also be Kennedy all-time leading scorer.
Yeah. Who's number 1 all time right now?
That's 2,000 points.
Most not. It's like 140 something.
Is it?
No.
No. Is it Collins?
Is it Colin? I don't know.
I thought it's Collins who got it.
I
Go
think
to
it may be
top.
Colin.
Chop. had 2000. Then
Oh yeah.
let's start. I found you a key.
Oh yeah, that was the name. Yeah, I searched it up. Yeah, that was the name.
Yeah.
How much he out?
Say what?
How much did he out?
2000. I'm assuming that.
I mean, you gotta be on your trajectory. You gotta be 500 a year.
Oh, that's not happening. let's be realistic. That's not happening. It's not happening.
It's gonna be what's gonna be a learning curve for sure.
I think more importantly, and I think everybody got their situations right where somebody might have had to have that situation where they're scoring on those points. Where I think right now, from what it sounds like, and from the couple games that I saw, I do like your goals, but I think that you are gonna be more into as you mature. I think you're gonna be more into being impactful with your legacy, opposed to like super statistical. You don't seem like that selfishness that's needed to probably have all those points. Don't seem like it's naturally you. And I think that you're gonna be a very impactful person. I think your name's gonna ring bells at that school. It may not be for the 2,000 points. It may be. I'm not raining on your parades, but I think it's gonna be for something different and something else that's special. The points is not gonna be the main concern. I do think you're gonna have a lot of points though.
You know what?
And I do think you're gonna have a basketball in that case.
You know what I would say though, right? If that's your goal, go for it.
Yeah.
If that's your goal, go for it. But at the same time, you have to put in so much work to reach that goal. So when you're playing, right? And sometimes if you may take a shot that is a bad shot, but it's actually a good shot for your team. You may be in those positions, a lot, especially, being the go-to guy this season. So you may get it, but I just say if that's your goal, go for it, but you're going to have to put in a lot of work for it. And, to the point where everybody on the court can trust you and trust you to make the right decisions when you have the basketball. But, I mean, nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. I got a question for you though. Right now, we had to decide. Right now, your time portal. Right here, we're talking. They're like, listen, the basketball guys are saying, listen, you got two choices how your career gonna go. Can't have both. You got a choice right here on this side. You can win 4 county and state championships, but you're not gonna have those points. And then on this side, the basketball guys are saying, you're actually gonna have 3,000 points, but you're not gonna win any championships.
Picking the championship.
Okay, that's one. That's huge.
That was easy.
All right.
You still argue over LeBron and Jordan. You better be trying to.
That's a lot.
Yeah, the championships. Because that's what it really comes down to. To be honest with you, no matter what, you got a whole bunch of points, but if you wasn't winning,
Doesn't mean
it
that.
doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. So, you want to close out, man?
Yeah, we can close out. I've probably just got basketball.
Leave us
No, just basketball. What is next season gonna look like for you guys? Especially, and this is the time where we start getting an idea going into next season.
Well, if I'm not gonna know until September.
Never know until September.
I'm not gonna know until September.
You'd be like, Coach, I'm coming. In September, getting me like, oh, I thought you was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got kids that are there now and saying their parents are saying they're looking for something else.
Right.
I'm looking at St. Joe's. You think about going to play for Keys? I said, oh, that's a good choice. Keys is a good coach. But we're going to play for you in the summertime. No, you don't.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not messing up my program.
Right. Because I'm going to assume that you're not going to be here in September, so we now have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You're not just playing with us right now because we're playing in front of college coaches.
Yeah.
You're using me.
Yeah.
That happened last year.
Yeah.
And then those guys left.
Right.
So I'm not riding that ship anymore, man. It's past. I'm going with the guys, as y'all said, the attendance and showing up.
Right.
You show up for the weight room, you show up to work out, you show up to practice. All right, I know you're part of this team. Yeah, I admit it. I really don't know what the team's going to look like. I really don't. Because there's some guys that say they're going to Catholic school, but the finances aren't right.
Yeah.
So now they're like, we might want to come back, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's got me on the plan.
I know I'm gonna have one person. No, I know that I'm gonna have 5 people there. I know 5 people are definitely gonna be there.
Okay. Yeah, that's good though.
My seniors and this guy.
Okay.
I don't know who else.
Well, being around Patterson basketball so much, especially with recreation, what do you think? How do you think you can improve the basketball in Patterson at the elementary, middle school level?
I want to say that I know that the City League and the Tydobi coaches have a lot on their plate. They do a lot, and they only allow a certain amount of gym time. But I think one of the best things that they can do is just take their team to a high school practice. They can see and not assume that not that they don't know what they're doing, but the players may only see their practice and never see anything else. Like we've taken our kids to go see college practice. So in that now it's like wow, So now it's like wow, okay. We see how hard they have to work. Like it's not like we just rolling the ball out.
Right.
It's actual work.
Right.
You gotta work.
A lot of work.
That off season is important. The weight room is important. Shooting consistently is important. I've seen people develop a terrible form, and it just goes in because that's all they've shot over the from the whole summer.
Right.
Like listen, that's their shot. That's their form. I'm not gonna you don't want to mess it up. You can change it, tweak it. Then he miss everything.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I could say is that I think would help them if they go see a high school practice and maybe even go see a college practice. Yeah. Just instead of practicing, just say, "Hey, Coach Murph, can I bring my team over to see you practice?"
Right.
Because it would open the kids' eyes up.
Right.
And it would open the coach's eyes up.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. At this time, we're gonna close. I want to thank Coach Patterson, TP Patterson, Kaleb for coming through. I expect this is a big thing for you this year. Actually, we're going to be playing against you guys this year.
First game of the season.
I expect you not to do big game that game, but every other game. No. In all seriousness, for me, I root for all the kids in the city of Patterson. When it comes down to it, the only thing that I wish in the basketball game, even when it's my team playing, is everybody play hard, everybody have fun, and everybody give it their all. And whoever wins from that, I'm proud of that, whether that's Kennedy or Caps. All right, so I look forward to seeing you in the city. I appreciate you guys for giving us your time today. Can you tell everybody where they can find you?
At AGTG_Kaleb on Instagram.
Okay. Coach Patterson? Look for me over here.
Yeah, find me with him.
Make sure you follow us at Coach's POV on all platforms. We'd like to thank our sponsor today, Camille's Lebanese Restaurant, located at 1489 Main Avenue in Clinton, New Jersey. Make sure you come here. You get the lamb chops, which I had it today, very good. The garlic rice, which is great. They also got this thing called a mint lemonade slushie. You want to try it? If you're in the hookah, it's fresh here. This is a good place to stop by. Thank you all out there again. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you the next time.
That's the coach's point of view. 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 That's the coach's point of view.